Hi, I'm Ross Benjamin of Sportsbook Review and RBWins.com. It's Saturday, May 21st. Time for another edition of my MLB Underdog Picks of the Day. And we're going to get right to those picks. We have three selections in store for you today. Before we get to that, just a reminder, folks, our last 12 videos with our MLB Underdog picks, how about 18-7 during the course of that time? That's 72% at moneyline underdog prices. Congratulations to all of you who have been following those picks and wagering on them as well during the course of that time. You've made a massive profit over that time frame. Let's get right to the picks today. The Colorado Rockies at the Pittsburgh Pirates, 4:05 p.m. Eastern Time start at PNC Park. Tyler Chatwood gets the start for Colorado today, and he's been absolutely lights out on the road this year with a 4-0 record and a microscopic 0.33 ERA during those outings. Folks, that's awfully impressive. Colorado has held serve on the road so far this season, going 12-11. They'll be opposed today by the Pirates' Jonathan Nice, and Nice has been in struggling form over his last three starts with a 5.60 ERA and a lofty 1.64 whip. What's very alarming about Nice's performances this season is his propensity to give up the long ball. He's allowed 11 home runs in just 46 innings pitched thus far in 2016. You can't win on a consistent basis when your starter is giving up the long ball at that rate. He's also made 3 starts since 2015 against Colorado. Didn't fare very well in those outings, and that's evidenced by a large 7.28 ERA and 1.79 whip during those starts. We're going to take the Colorado Rockies here, plus 120 over the Pittsburgh Pirates. You can find that line at sportsbetting.com. Our next game is Cleveland at Boston from Fenway Park in Boston on Saturday afternoon, 4:05 p.m. Eastern Time start. The Indians come in red hot. They've won 5 in a row, including last night's 4-2 win at Fenway Park, and they've really produced offensively of late during their last 7 games. This is an Indians team that's averaging 7.3 runs scored per outing and also compiled an 827 OPS during that course of time, and that's really impressive, folks. Let's look at the Boston Red Sox. They've been outstanding in night games this season. Despite last night's loss, Boston is 20-9 at night in 2016. However, they've gone less than average, 5-8 during day games this year, and certainly today, 4:05 p.m. Eastern Time start, qualifies for exactly that. And Joe Kelly will be on the mound for Boston today. Kelly has struggled in 3 starts this season, a monster 9.34 ERA and 2.77 whip, and this also will be his first start since April 19th. On the other hand, Trevor Bauer gets the nod for Cleveland. He's been in very good form over his last 3 starts, and that's evidenced by a 2.79 ERA and 0.93 whip in those outings. We're going to take the Cleveland Indians here, plus 120 over Boston, and you can currently find that line at sportsinteraction.com. Our final game, we're going to take a look at the Seattle at Cincinnati contest, 4:10 p.m. Eastern Time start at the Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. You know, the Reds, you look at their night and day splits. Boy, oh boy, what a contrast. The Reds, as a result of last night's loss, 8-3 at the hands of Seattle, they're now 6-24 in day and night games, excuse me. That's 6-24, folks. Think about that for a second. However, on the opposite side of the coin, they've played 12 day games this year, and they've gone 9-3 in those outings. So saying that their splits in that regard are night and day, with no pun intended, would be a vast understatement. John Lamb does get to start for Cincinnati this afternoon, and he's started 2 games at Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati this year and has been rock solid with a 1.80 ERA and 1.20 whip during those outings. This is a Cincinnati team that's also cracked an impressive 33 home runs in their first 25 home games this season, and at this pace, they're on par to hit 106 home runs at home in 2016, and you're never out of a game if you have the ability to hit the long ball. Felix Hernandez gets the start for Seattle. King Felix hasn't been nearly as imposing or dominating to start 2016, although when you look at his statistics, they're very good, and 90% of the pitchers in Major League Baseball right now would certainly trade places with Felix Hernandez as far as the numbers he's put up thus far. However, a little flaw in his game is if you look at his 3 road starts this year, he's posted a 150 whip, and I don't like where his strikeout to walk ratio is this season. Usually Felix Hernandez is over a 4-to-1 ratio. He's less than 2-to-1 in that category to start 2016. And you also might be surprised at this note. Seattle currently right now is a minus 175 favorite at Bet365. The Mariners have gone a dismal 0-5 this year as a money line favorite of minus 150 or more. We're going to take a shot here like we did last Saturday with Cincinnati in a day game. We're going to take the Cincinnati Reds plus 155 over the Seattle Mariners. Repeating again, we're going to take Colorado plus 120, Cleveland plus 120, Cincinnati plus 155. You can get all my daily articles simply by going to sbrpicks.com. You could also find me at rbwins.com. Good luck to all of you with all of your selections today.